Throughout human history, the concept of money has undergone a remarkable evolution from primitive forms like shells and beads to precious metals like gold and silver, and eventually to our modern fiat currency systems. But what lies ahead for money in the digital age? Could emerging technologies like cryptocurrencies and blockchain upend traditional financial systems and usher in a new era of decentralized, scarce digital money? In this video, we'll explore the fascinating history and potential future of money through the lens of economic analyst Lyn Alden. Drawing from her insights, we'll trace the progression from commodity monies to banking abstractions, the impact of technological innovations like the telegraph, and the rise of fiat currencies controlled by central banks. So join us as we dive deep into this captivating topic. I greatly appreciate it if you could spare a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the video.
I don't think state should issue money, or at least I don't think it's good that states should issue money, in the sense that I would like to build to a world where technology allows that to no longer be how it's done. The way I would describe it is that since the dawn of the telegraph era, when people needed faster money, it was kind of a natural consequence that it would kind of coalesce, and then governments would just take it away from banks, basically. It had a natural centralizing force to it. And so I would like to see technology allow for some of the incentives to change, so that is no longer the case. I think Hayek described it best, which is, through some sly roundabout means, introducing a new money that they can't stop. So I think it's in circles that I'm in, that's not a very heretical belief, but in terms of mainstream economics, the idea that money doesn't have to be connected to the state, and ideally shouldn't be connected to the state, is something that is very low acceptance from years ago, which is that money is a ledger. It's basically what, but that doesn't necessarily conflict with other things, because it's like ledgers are a market good. Part of seeking out good money is seeking out what is like a reasonable ledger that we can use to save value in, to use as unit of account, to price things in, to physically give to each other, or send to each other one way or another. And that obviously changes based on societal technology. And so throughout kind of ancient history, as we got better at mining, we got better at all, better technologies, we would kind of systematically remove certain types of commodities from being effective as money. Like, we figure out how to make a lot more shells, a lot more beads, a lot more tobacco, a lot more cocoa. We could kind of like start going up the hardness scale to find the things that even with better technology, we could not increase the supply of rapidly, mainly gold and silver, and especially gold. And so we kind of just started crossing off certain things that were no longer effective. And then we've been in like a weird century and a half where we've sped up transaction speeds thanks to the telegraph, the telephone, the radio, the internet, all these different telecommunication technologies. But we still had no way to natively send value to someone. We couldn't do like digital settlement, even though we could do digital transactions. And so we've had this kind of weird hybrid model where first we had to abstract gold, so that you can send. We're literally, banks are updating their ledgers around the world that are ostensibly tied to gold, but not enough people took the gold out frequently enough, and so more and more claims build up on top of the gold. It proliferated a lot more quickly than gold does, and so all those systems broke. And now we've been in this kind of system where it's just a pure ledger that they try to maintain some degree of scarcity for, like the dollar system essentially, and other kind of leading currencies, where it's the first time we've actually taken a step back in hardness in money. So we spent thousands of years kind of going up the hardness list of commodities towards things that are very hard to change the supply of. And this was the first time where speed was relevant. So we actually took a step back in terms of monies that proliferated around the world. And obviously in the past 15 years, now there's the prospect for things like Bitcoin that actually have finally given us digital settlement, that instead of sending an abstraction quickly that has to be reconciled later, we can actually send something that is by its own nature scarce, that's not relying on credit, and just send that to someone over the internet. So we might be entering a new era of money now, but that's kind of been the transition so far.
The invention of the telegraph marked a pivotal moment in the evolution of money. For the first time, information could move faster than physical matter, creating a disconnect between digital transactions and the actual settlement of value. This opened up opportunities for banks and governments to exploit the gap between transactions and settlements, leading to the eventual centralization of money and the rise of fiat currency systems. Development of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies represents a potential shift back towards a more decentralized and scarce form of money. Bitcoin, by its very nature, introduces digital scarcity and enables direct peer-to-peer value transfer without relying on intermediaries or centralized institutions. This could potentially challenge the dominance of fiat currency systems and usher in a new era of money. As technology continues to advance and economic realities shift, the ongoing debate around the nature of money, its scarcity, and the role of decentralization versus centralization will likely intensify. Alden's analysis provides a thought-provoking framework for understanding these complex issues and their potential impact on the future of money and finance.
When we think of the development of money, we can kind of think of two paths that were kind of happening in an overlapping way. So one was the underlying money itself, which until fairly recently was a commodity money. On one hand, as technology changed, as I said before, we would kind of start moving up to scarcer and scarcer types of commodities because other ones would become untenable in a more abundant world. And the other path was basically the path of banking, basically ways to make those commodity monies more divisible, more portable, more secure for transactions. And there was a specific like a technology path there. So it's not just ideas, it's actually certain technologies enabled it to happen, like the invention of paper, the invention of bookbinding, the invention of the printing press, basically actual technologies that allowed us to abstract money in a more thorough way. And then with the inventing of the printing press, that was one of the factors, along with just the Renaissance more broadly, that allowed Europe to kind of become the center of monetary development for a period of time. And the printing press allowed for, more complex paper arrangements and things like banknotes, where instead of just, a channel-based, like, one city to one city, you could have a large recognized institution that would issue banknotes that are just bare assets that are redeemable for things like gold. And so basically, as the world became more networked together, as information moved quicker, thanks to things like the printing press or thanks to better ships and just better technology overall, they started to become more interconnected, more complex banking systems. And then, as I argue in the book, the telegraph kind of put that into overdrive because that was the first time where humans could send large amounts of information faster than material movement.
As we've explored in this video, the history of money is a fascinating tapestry woven with technological innovations, power dynamics, and evolving economic realities. While the future remains uncertain, one thing is clear. The relentless march of technology ensures that the evolution of money is far from over. As new innovations emerge and economic paradigms shift, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching.